I'll add some panels to things and clean up OBS again. My OBS is impeccable. I can't stand it being cluttered. It's like my desk. It has to be clean. I'm very particular about sorting everything in. All right, so we have the birds we could do. We were supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff yesterday, and that didn't happen. So now we're very behind. So we're definitely not starting Monster Hunter on time, chat. So if you were looking forward to starting Monster Hunter Wilds, you have plenty of time to get started without spoilers and get all the way through the game probably before I even buy the game and start playing it. Because we sure as shit ain't get started on it today. Because it's it comes out. We've got Pokemon Day is on the 27th. Monster Hunter, I think, is the 28th or like March 1st or something. Oh, we could have gone this way? Huh. Let's go find the chip thing for what's his nuts. Oh. Candy gas. So yeah, we're probably going to be playing this through into March. So we'll be starting Monster Hunter Wilds very late. Which is fine, because I had not planned on playing it with a group of people this time. I intended to play it solo. Not that I didn't want to play the game with my friends. I do at some point probably want to play it with my friends, especially if I'm enjoying it. But I don't like having to juggle chat and talking to my friends on Discord and then putting them on the spot where they have to be on... There's a network adapter. And then also having them be put on the spot of being on stream. So if that's going to be the case, if I'm going to do something with them, we can just farm hard scales here because they're just popping back up. That's a big part of it. I want to stream it because it seems like a game that would be fun for content. Because it was good. I played the demo with Freelance and it was a fun time. Which was impressive because I was not expecting it to be anything more than what the last two Monster Hunter entries had been, which I had not particularly been the most jazzed about. But Wild actually has me kind of like, okay, this could be cool. What is this? Where are we? Oricorio clearing. Only me, or is the game louder today? Oh, it could be a little louder. I was playing RuneScape earlier, so it might be that I just touched the, I fucked with the volume on my mixer and didn't adjust it. Because we got some rare berries that pop up here. So note on the tree, party this evening. What is this? Oh, we can battle all the Oricorios here? Oh, we can battle a whole bunch of them. I want to talk to the guy playing on the guitar. No, I ended up being out doing errands though yesterday until like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then I have the D&D stuff. By the time I got home, ate food, and like was like actually in the house again, I was like, there's not time to stream today. There would have been like 2 hours maybe to stream, and I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. I just sat and vegetabled instead. Some days you gotta do that though. Sometimes this is all you can do. Yeah, I want to get out of the sea of Oricorio here. This is a fun little Easter egg to walk into though. These little events like this that exist are what shows that Pokemon has the capacity to do all this stuff, and it's a real shame that we don't get a lot of this stuff because of time constraints. If anything, it shows that there's the ability to do stuff like this when you don't have, you know, really piss poor constraints on. Or you have this much time to get this out. Too bad. I was talking about that with my buddy last night even, because he was asking what I've been doing. I was like, I'm playing this, and it's been highlighting over and over, and how I've been able to go over with chat, like all the things of how like Pokemon's been on like perpetual Death March crunch since Gen 1 was coming out. Like that's why Mew never made it into the game, and why like Cinnabar City never got like fleshed out, and like Pokemon Mansion never got the whole Mewtwo Mew storyline really implemented into it. You know, all that just never like really came to fruition because of they just didn't have time. That was the whole thing with like Iwata is praised for saving Gen 2, and what actually happened was it was like, we just need to force this onto the cartridge so that we can get it out so we don't miss our ship date. Eos chicken. Okay, so the Corsola are still here. The Reef of Corsola are still blocking the way, huh? Weepinigi? I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's Scraggy and Weepinbell. Kind of horrifying, but... I don't know if we can explore the islands yet. I think we need the ability to dive, and I don't think we've found that yet. Scroogy. Is this Corsola and Wailmer? This is amazing. This one's rad. I kind of like, it looks like the Seamoth. I kind of want, when Wailmer evolves into Wailord, I kind of want it to look like the submarine. What was that was the Cyclops, right? Was the big sub in Subnautica? Yeah, dude, the Cyclops Subnautica was such a fun game. I had so much fun playing that. It still baffles me that I'm like the only person I know of who played it and was like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? And like wasn't like horrifically terrified of the game. Like everyone talked about how this game was gonna be like a horror game, and I'm just like, dude, this is like a genuinely fun exploration game, and I typically don't like that kind of thing. I genuinely wanted to just see what was in every nook and cranny in Subnautica. I wanted to learn about every single one of the fish. Like, it was so cool. The ball coral Pokemon. It can dive deeper than most humans and Pokemon thanks to its hard submarine-like shell. These deep-sea explorations help it discover hidden wonders on the ocean floor. That is probably one of the coolest ones we found. I would think 50-some hours into this, we wouldn't have any more, like, super cool, interesting ideas to find. But we keep finding really cool, interesting ideas. Okay, so I don't think we can actually explore the islands. I think we have to continue the story. So the only other two things we can do then right now would be go to Viridian City and get the stunning conclusion of this is Giovanni's actual hideout, and he's the gym leader he's the 8th gym leader of the Kanto region. Or we can go buy a bunch of ability balls and try our luck at finishing the exploration of the Seafoam Islands and the power plant, and try to catch hidden ability Articuno and Zapdos. I think we're gonna go catch the other two birds. I think the other two birds would be pretty cool to go get, actually. So we got Regenerator on our Corsola. That's pretty cool. That's actually kind of neat. Cormor has that. Do we have anything on our team we want to like leave behind while we try to stat level you up here a bit? You're one level away from evolution. You're done, so I think we can set you in here for now. We're definitely gonna have to do some level grinding, I think. There's a couple Pokemon I want to start like having just as regular Pokemon and not fusions though too. I do think there's gonna be a healthy mix to have there where we don't need to combine stuff. Oh, we don't have a whole lot of money at all. Do I have, like... I can sell this shit in here? See what we can empty our inventory with. 2 big pearls is a bunch of money. Are these worth anything? We don't need 8 hard stones. I wish we had like gotten more hold items throughout the game, but it really feels like we haven't gotten a ton of held items. Like even stuff like the Miracle Seed, just the regular boost stab would be nice. I feel like we just haven't run into access to that. Stardust. We do have a star piece. Okay, we have some money again. I don't think we want to spend all of it on ability balls, but I do want to have a bunch of these. Oh, what is that? That's one of your subs on Twitch.television has renewed. Let's see whose subscription just renewed of the like 6 that I have. This was, oh, it's Barb. They all kind of renew around the same time, so it's kind of hard to tell who's renewing when. Patty's is the oldest though. I've been subbed to Twitch.television/Patty. The longest out of all the channels I follow. That was also my first Twitch sub, actually. Not like the first like one that was active on my account, but it was the first one I actively like made not a freeloader gifty sub. Alright, we beat you already. We've already fought this guy. So we have the key for the power plant now. So we can get into the power plant. So we can now track down Zapdos. Okay, the power plant has a really cool layout. We found a cell battery. So these items are really cool. They just only work when they don't get auto-consumed, because these always came from like getting battle points and stuff, so like using them anywhere else in the game really sucked, because then you'd use up the one you got. But like that one specifically is really neat. These ones were fucking cool. This one, and then there's a couple other ones like it that came out in Gen 7. So if you're holding this item and you get hit by an electric type move, your attack stat goes up. which is kind of fucking cool. I really like the items like that. Stuff like that, or those are the items that are really fun to build teams around, and like this is how you can like cause fun interactions with. I think we have everybody that's in here so far, right? Yeah, we hunted everybody down already here. See if that changes if we go downstairs. Yeah, it looks like Matang is available down here, so we could actually try and get the Beldam line, which would be fucking cool. Let me check real quick what they have Beldam set to as a hidden ability. Do we want to get hidden ability Beldam at all? Regular Beldam has clear body. So Beldam, Metagross, Matang all have clear body. Their hidden ability is light metal, which halves their weight. What would that do for Metagross? Like, why would you want to... Why would you want to reduce its weight in half? I feel like that has a reason to exist that's not explicitly obvious. Anyone got like the deep lore on why you would want to do that? I was like, Metagross isn't exactly the heaviest Pokemon out there, so like Heavy Slam, I don't even think it can learn. But like Heavy Slam's not in here. But like all that would do would reduce how much Heavy Slam is hits by. Maybe we don't go for that. I feel like Clear Body and not having its stats capable of being reduced is the better idea. So if we run into one, we'll just try and catch one normally. Sometimes those things have items in them. Ella Orb. I love how so many of the Voltorb combinations just look like the Pokemon swallowed Voltorb. Can't escape, huh? Okay, well. No Peepo Bomb today. So 54 is our max level currently. Found another cell battery. Okay, so we're collecting some items here. I wonder if the... Okay, Lumite's pretty cool. Luxio Magnemite is a pretty cool combination. I like that one. No Peepo Bomb yet. I wonder if the basement for their the power plant is mostly the original power plant map. That would be cool. TM25 Thunder. I really do enjoy how this builds on the storytelling for Fire Red. Did they ever put the Sevi Islands aren't in the Let's Go games, are they? The Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games don't have the Sevi Islands in them, do they? That would have been cool if they had done that. There's a lot of things that the last like decade of Pokemon, kind of like, this would have been so much cooler if they actually like finished this out. And it's all like, what was there was decent for the most part, but there's definitely a lot of like missed opportunities. Yeah, it would have been really cool to have those in there. Just Pokemon Let's Go is like, for what it was honestly one of the better releases they've had in terms of like game quality and like what's there and like available to play around with. Oh, we can get Jolteon in this room apparently. Another cell battery. Post game was the master. Oh yeah, the master trainers. You'd have to get each Pokemon, you know, spec'd out and then go and beat up the master trainer with it. I did a couple of those. They're not as challenging as I thought they would be. They were not as challenging as I thought they would be. But it was a little disappointing that that's really all there was. Because like I said, my thing with Pokemon always had, like aside from Gen 1, it always had a post-game progression path. There was something to go for after you rolled the credits. Like that was the whole thing with Gen 2 that started that, was they put the battle tower in, and that was your you beat Red and you rolled credits. The battle tower was what you did after that. Once you had done all of it, the battle tower was what was waiting for you to conquer. That was your ending thing. And Pokemon always had that. So like when Pokemon doesn't have that, it feels like it's missing an integral building block. And then there's like, you know, little things like character customization is such a massive and important thing to games nowadays. And like to roll back that and not see it fleshed out, or like attach some ridiculous conformism to it because of some storytelling medium you want, really annoying. Like that's not great. Like I'm optimistic about what we're gonna see on Thursday, but I'm also not gonna hold my breath either. Because I'm definitely the kind of person that still gets hyped for announcement events. I love being excited. Being excited is a great feeling. I'm just hoping it doesn't like show off stuff and then we're like, oh, that's it? That's not a whole lot to go on, is there? You know, like I'm always excited to see what's gonna get shown off. I don't like being disappointed when it's shown off and it's like, oh, well, that wasn't as exciting as it could have been. It's like even for when I wasn't enjoying World of Warcraft, I was still excited to see what was gonna be shown off next at BlizzCon and stuff. Like that was always like, yo, this is gonna be so cool, because it's supposed to be cool. That's the point of an announcement. It's meant to be exciting and, you know, really interesting. So I really hate the discourse around when games are announced and they show off like some cinematic trailer or something for it, and like people are like, where's the gameplay? I want to see gameplay. I don't want to see cinematic trailers. These are idea pitches. A lot of these games are not even in alpha development yet. They don't have gameplay to show. They're showing you to go, hey, we're working on this cool project that we're really excited for. We want you to be really excited for it. It's how it's always been done for games. Every game has had some kind of commercial or cinematic trailer to go with it, to show off, hey, this is what we're making. Are you excited for the product? And a lot of times, that excitement make or breaks a project. There are projects that have been shit-canned after being announced because it's like, look, no one fucking gave a shit. No one wanted to see this. Remember when New World got announced and they showed off the whole PvP thing and people were all pogged up about it, but the second players got their hands on it, they 180'd the entire design of the game? It's like a very easy, like, recent example of that. I still remember, I still own copies of Nintendo Power that showed off the Nintendo DS Animal Crossing. And what was in the Nintendo Power previews for screenshots of in-development screenshots was nothing like what the game looked like when it launched. it wasn't even close to what the game looked like when it launched on the DS. And like even what was shown in the Nintendo Power then, I remember getting that as a kid going, this looks bad. Like, this doesn't look anything like what Animal Crossing is on the GameCube. I don't think this is going to be a good change. And sure enough, Wild World came out, and I didn't fucking like it. Like, it had neat ideas, it had cool new features and new items and stuff, but it played nothing like the GameCube one. They, like, completely reinvented the wheel, and it just felt really bad by comparison. So I ended up playing way more of the GameCube Animal Crossing, and that's why I still have that town on my GameCube. And then, even then, City Folk came out, and with City Folk, I was still like... Oh. Oh. Like, it was still like, alright, there's still neat ideas in here. They built on this a little bit better than the DS one. But it was still kind of like, that one's not very good either. Again, neat ideas, cool concepts, but like it's missing what made the GameCube Animal Crossing so good. New Leaf came out, and that finally started to feel like, okay, they've figured out what made Animal Crossing good, and now they've kind of pieced that in together. They've kind of got it, they've sorted it out. They figured out what they were after here. And then now we have New Horizons, and I feel like New Horizons is by far the best version of Animal Crossing since the GameCube. Like, it's bar none. Animal Crossing New Horizons is pinnacle Animal Crossing. They did a phenomenal job with it. We're gonna speed this up because I just want to catch the thing. I don't want to try and hit it because I'll end up killing it. There we go. We're not gonna catch Jolteon with a hidden ability. Its hidden ability is Poo-Poo's. Volt Absorb is way better. Yo, they got the really cool Jolteon art from the card game. I love that they've got a bunch of the card game sprite art in here. Its cells generate weak power that is amplified by its fur's static electricity to drop thunderbolts. The bristling fur is made of electrically charged needles. Petting a Jolteon would not be a fun time. As we are still looking for Metang in this room. We just haven't run into it yet. Let's do this. You still need to hit level 49 to evolve into whatever goofy nonsense you're going to turn into. So why don't we switch over to have you beat up stuff to get EXP. So we're not wasting Bisvor, who's gonna calm mind the shit out of herself so that we can not die to Zapdos, so we're trying to huck Pokeballs at it. I hope it has a good sprite. I hope it does too. The sprite for what it currently is not great. I hope when it evolves it turns into something good. Elamite is pretty fantastic though. I do like Elamite. It would not be a good combination of Pokemon, but it does look fantastic. If the sprite work was a little clearer, because it is just a generic combination for Clinape, it kind of looks like a Dead Cells enemy. Elekid and Clink is pretty funny. Yeah, Clinape looks like a Dead Cells enemy. I think that's really cool. Because I do really, really like Dead Cells. I'm a big fan of Dead Cells. It's Electrode. You think we can catch Electrode before it kills itself, chat? Or it dies to burn. It burns to the burn. Yo, we actually caught it. We actually got him. You know what? I forgot about the actual pupils electrode sprite. We're gonna go with this one. This is an OG sprite. They appear in great numbers at electric power plants. Because they feed on electricity, they cause massive and chaotic blackouts in nearby cities. We also got that with whatever its hidden ability is. I don't know what's on a hidden ability for Electrode. So that actually could be a decent Pokemon. That actually could be a decent one. What is this? Ryode. It's a this was not a TM, this was a Raichu and an Electrode, apparently. It looks ridiculous. Alright, let's catch this goofy looking thing. Unless, of course, it also explodes. There's always a distinct possibility when Electrode's involved. Alright, we're speeding up the Pokeball hucking process. I do like the speed up button for this. Alright, we got him. Mostly because I'm pretty sure it's soundproof or static otherwise, and both of those options kind of suck. Wants to learn Rest? No. Iron Defense, however. Iron Defense, however, would be pretty good. Oh my god, we could have the goofy-ass ball, but bigger. We need the goofy-ass ball. It is dangerous. Period. It is dangerous, period. That's all it needs to be said. This thing is dangerous, chat. Its tail discharges electricity into the ground, protecting it from getting shocked. It is dangerous. Okay, that was certainly something we encountered. That was an encounter of all time right there. Climite. A lot of Elekid. Okay, Ella Inc. is pretty good. Elekid and the gears. This direction of doing it is pretty solid. I like this. Still has static. Not as cool. Am I gonna keep catching a bunch of Pokemon that I like with hidden abilities? You're goddamn right I am. Why would I not? Latches onto servers to absorb their electricity, retaining any data within them. This gives it a surprising ability to mimic stored information. Watch out, network admins. Eleclink is here to steal your datas. Stealing your datas. Datas. Stealing my datas. Eleclink stealing state secrets, yep. That's what he's here for. We're gonna unleash him into GW. Dismantle the whole operation. Finally stop the Patriots. You see, Snake, we've been organizing this for over 200 years. Barb's got the Barb talk. I really kind of want a version of that, but it's it's just the Colonel from Metal Gear 2 when he's like when the system's breaking down. It's not actually the Colonel. I want an emote of that. That should be our other animated slot. Someone wants to make that up and post it in Discord. Make a square version of the Colonel from Metal Gear 2 yapping when his system's breaking down. We'll put that as our new emote slot that we still have open up that doesn't have a slot for it. Use yap. Yeah, exactly. We'll get a yapper emote. I don't have like a good access to that one. Is this Electabuzz or Electrode and Voltorb? Is that what this is? Okay. Clinape is evolving. Let's see what we get here. Oh, this might actually be really cool. This one might actually be really cool, chat. Clinknape is like a Mega Man version of fucking Sun Wukong. Okay, this one's pretty cool. Oh, we've got some cool options in here. Holy shit. Dude, with the dual chainsaws and the big fire hair. This looks like, kind of looks like a Sonic character with what it's doing here. This one's ridiculous. This is funny, but it's why it's ridiculous. I really like this one. The mechanical Sun Wukong is pretty cool. This looks like a Mega Man character, and I really like that. Tosses its enemies around with agility. It fires the charged energy through its spikes into an area. This Dex entry reads like some fucking Robo Rosewater shit. Have you guys ever seen the Robo Rosewater Twitter account? Basically, it takes magic cards and it runs them through an extensive series of Google Translate and then outputs the result. It's called Robo Rosewater. Let's see if we can find a Robo Rosewater card to show you guys. Hang on. I'm not going to go on to X to see it. It probably died in the Great Bot Purges. Let's see if like one of my favorite ones around here. Yeah, here we are. If you guys know anything about Magic the Gathering, these are some of the Robo Rosewater cards that exist. Let me pull up Firefox here. Here we are. So we have a Goblin Golidgrow. It's a 3 black, red, or black, green, white creature spirit for a 4/5. Pay 4 and a red, tap. Gain an exile counter from an opponent's graveyard to your hand. Here's one of my personal favorites. Ghostly the Dead. So like all of the art is also replaced with like defunct servers and shit. It's really funny. So it's an instant cast. 3 and a black. Until end of turn, all creatures get -2/-2 and gain Forest Walk and Death Touch. And instead, that creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. We have Bronyuk Slish is 2 and a blue. Other warrior creatures, a goblin beast. It's a 2/2. Morph for 2 and white. You may pay that card is revealed, has flying, and gains +1/+1 counters on Bronyuk Slick. 1 in red. Destroy target instant. Whenever a creature and pay 1, counter target spell targets permanence, then shuffle your library until end of turn. Nighthorde Deviance for 1. Artifact equipment. Equipped enchantment has greater. Companion Cage. 3 black instant. Each player loses the game. Thanowensi Forestiers. 1 and 2 green for creature's spirit. It's a 2/1 with flying. Crater. When Throwency Forestiers enters the battlefield, draw a card, then shuffle your library. Put a 3/3 green Skort creature token onto the battlefield. Lidzalian Wreath is 4 and 2 red for a creature troll that's 2/2. When Lidzalian Wreath becomes blocked by or a creature becomes blocked, it becomes blocked. You may choose a non-land card from your hand, where X is the converted mana cost X or less. X Go the Rickers is 2 and 2 blue for legendary creature dragon. It's a 2/2. Horsers. Whenever you cast a creature is put into a graveyard, it deals 6 damage to target creature or player this turn. Activate this ability only if it can block any number of creatures that share a color to your mana pool for each artifact. Cloudsrind Vanalian is a blue and a white for a sorcery. Counter target instant or sorcery spell that targets Cloudsrind Vanalian. And then we have a land. Raka-Rornashi is a land. Raka-Rornashi enters the battlefield. I haven't seen this one. The Grand Calcutron, blue and white, legendary artifact. When the Grand Calcutron enters the battlefield, each player's hand becomes a program. An ordered row of revealed cards. Oh, I think this is actually a real card. This might be a real card. This is too legible to not be a real card.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's Word of the Wise.
Is this how you honor the 6th house?
Word of the Wise, welcome in. We're reviewing and teaching chat about Robo Rosewater. This was a bot account that someone ran on Twitter a long time ago, in the long before times. And it was they would put. I think it was through it's similar to how a Niv was run. Is I think it was a Markovian chain, or it was through like a Google Translate or some shit, and would create bunk cards that were just gibberish, and they're hilarious. So we have things like Migork Wapper is a legendary land. Tap, add blue or blue to your mana pool. It was a Markov chain? Okay. Cursour Exhance is a 1 green legendary creature beast for a 1/1. Brove Ship. Cursor Exhance gets +2/+2 as long as you control a swamp. If this spell is an artifact, you may pay 1 in green. If you do, shuffle your library. Actually, possibly playable card. A rare playable Robo Rosewater. Then we have Groltrute is 3/3 for 1 and 2 green for a creature giant warrior. Flying. Whenever Groltrute attacks, return target Groltrute to its owner's hand. We have... Let's see. Donkey Pyramid's definitely not one. But like we have some of my favorite ones. Ghostly the Dead is one of my favorites. Ghostly the Dead is 3 and a black for an instant. Until end of turn, all creatures get -2/-2 and gain Forest Walk and Death Touch. And instead, that creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. We have Nighthorde Deviance. is a 1-cost artifact equipment. Equipped enchantment has greater. How do you equip an enchantment? What does greater do? The world will never know. Let's see. What was one of the other really good ones? This one, yeah. Lidzalian Wreath is 4 and 2 red for a 2/2 creature troll. Whenever Lidzalian Wreath becomes blocked by or becomes blocked, it becomes blocked. You may choose a non-land card from your hand where X is the converted mana cost X or less. They're indecipherable gibberish and they're great. Yeah, then there's my favorite land in the game. Raka Rornishi is a land. Raka Rornishi enters the battlefield. Johto of Same Uftine. 3 and a green for a 3/3 creature spirit. Herp 1. You may cast this card from your hand. Some of them make just as much sense as some real Magic cards do. Trobal as Anisha. 2 and a black for a 5/4 creature human wizard. Trobal as Anisha can't attack. Whenever Trobal as Anisha attacks, each opponent loses control until end of turn. Yes. Pit of Groshner's. 4 and a red for an instant. Search your library. You can just search your library. You're not looking for anything in particular. You do nothing with that effect, but you do that. The most red card of all time. Yes. One of my absolute favorites. It is in the list here. Karen's Seedy. 3 a black and a red. Creature zombie shaman. It's a 2/2 with 1 black, black, black. Tap. Sacrifice a player. Put a +1/+1 counter on one of that land is Trandor. I tap my zombie shaman and I sacrifice a player. Yes. Manduj Masthoro is a 1 white creature Confire for 1. It's a 1/3 with blue. Discard a card. Target creature gets +1/+1 and has Borist Strike until end of turn. Judge, please pass over the tournament ritual dagger. Yes. Selrib's Cruat, 3 white and 2 blue. Sorcery. Destroy all creatures with flying. That player exiles its upkeep cost, then sacrifice a creature. All permanent cards on the battlefield or a creature with a Delvapent cast a sorcery. Yes. Tark's Flowstork, white, 2 blue and black. Instant spell. Cast Tark's Flowstork only as a sorcery. And then there's, but to finish us off, Cloud Shrindle Velenion, white blue sorcery, counter target instant or sorcery spell that targets Cloud Shrindle Velenion. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Let's find one final card. Here's one with I love these when they have incredible amounts of dialogue added to them. Omelis Gallet is a 1 artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +4/+X until end of turn, where X is its power is toughness. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Tap. Remove a +1/+1 counter from it. Sacrifice an instant. If you do, search your library for an artifact you control with flying or reach due. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature with power 2 or less. Splice onto Arcane 1 red. At the beginning of each upkeep, put a Selfer counter on target creature or player. 2. Until end of turn. Omeus Gallet can't be blocked except by creatures with power 2 or less. If you do, return target creature to its owner's hand. I really want to build a commander deck that uses exclusively cards made from Robo Rosewater and just play the most confusing shit anyone has ever seen, because it would be incredibly funny. Yeah, that is Robo Rosewater, chat. That is what this Pokedex entry reads like, is a Robo Rosewater entry. Word, I hope your stream went well. How was, were you playing more Tunic today? How is Tunic going? I also love the Goofy Little Whooper emote. The Goofy Little Whooper emote is fantastic. Word to Notter's Speed is a good one. Magnetic Flux would be pretty cool, actually. We finally would have a... like a reasonable status move. Tunic broke word a little bit. Yeah, it's like I said, it gets very cryptic, and for me became very unfun because of it. That's the big reason why I never finished it. Is it turned in I really was not enjoying the puzzles. The puzzles got far too cryptic and was like beyond where I was having fun with them anymore. And it wasn't even like, oh, I'm streaming it for anything. Like, if you've been around here long enough, streaming a game doesn't really change how I interact with it. Because I don't get to we need to wrap it up. We need to get this done. We gotta move on to the next content. I'll sit on a game for 200 hours if I have to, but I have to be enjoying myself to do that. Tunic just really didn't do that for me. It started off really cool and I found it really interesting. But then it turns into just really weird environmental cryptic nonsense that I just wasn't having fun with. It's a cool game. I think it's genuinely really good. And I do think it's a game that a good certain type of person would really enjoy. I'm just not that person. I'm just not the person that makes Tunic fun. And a lot of it comes down to I like to see everything in a game. I like to try and see as much of a game as I can. Because I like video games. I like to see all the parts of the game. That game does not feel rewarding to see all the parts in it. Not for me, at least. Rare candy and cell batteries I'm happy about. Enjoyed it to a point once I had to beat my face into a boss for a couple hours and turn on no fail. So you guys got to play with no fail. I had to actually beat the bosses. The second boss in the game is the only one I really don't like. The second boss fight is kind of bad. I don't know if it's changed. I played the game at launch when it released, so I don't know how it is now. But no fail wasn't a thing that they had at launch. And the second boss was extremely difficult compared to the mech robot that you fight first. The third boss is fine. The third boss, honestly, I didn't have a problem with. I had no problem with the third boss. The second boss, though... The second boss kind of sucked. The final boss seems kind of lame overall, honestly. But, I got to the final boss and never actually finished it. Like, really, all there is left in Tunic was to finish the final boss, but I wanted to find the secrets. I wanted to find all the hidden shit. And that's what kind of burned me out on wanting to play the game, is trying to find the hidden shit. That's where I was like, I don't know, man. You know, 3 of the bosses are encounterable in any order. I didn't know you could encounter them in any order. I might have just ended up in a very linear path with the game because I just didn't understand how to manipulate it for that. Like, if there's a way to get to those other bosses without doing the other ones there, I'm not sure how to do that. That I never figured out. Maybe if you know how the puzzles work in the game, you can solve stuff before certain events occur. But I didn't. On a first playthrough, I didn't know that. I didn't know those are all non-linear like that. That's something I had no idea about. We could have an actual just Electabuzz. That would be cool, actually. Electabuzz is one of my favorite, like, humanoid style Pokemon. Big Electabuzz fan. Only reason I realized it is me and Word encountered them in different orders. Oh, okay. That's kind of neat, though. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, the spider mech boss. I think it's I don't think it's the Siege Engine. I think it's called. That was the first boss. I fought that boss, then I fought the Scab boss, and then the other guy. That I also don't remember his name because I think I beat him in like 2 or 3 attempts. It was really easy. Getting there was the most convoluted bullshit. Like, I did not understand how to get to that part of the game. But getting into that region really sucked. Siege was the last for me after I already had turned on no fail. Scav is what I beat my face into. Yeah, the scavenger boss sucks ass. That's the shitty boss. That boss is real dog shit. I had to beat that without no fail, and it sucked. It was awful. And like it was very much a like, I have to beat this, like there is nowhere else to go right now. Yeah, it's a shitty fight. So I mean, if you beat that, like kudos to you. That is a very difficult boss fight. It is a very difficult boss fight, and very, very much one of those like master the pattern because you can't make a mistake. The final boss, really? I didn't finish the final boss fight, but it didn't seem that bad. I should go back and finish it just to say I finished the game, but I don't see myself going back to finish it to like collect everything. Ah, dude, fucking dying on any boss where you have a fucking testicle hair worth of health left really sucks. Gate power 0%. Insert a battery. We had to collect all those cell batteries to open the gate. We don't get to keep those cell batteries. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That always sucks. I mean, credit where it's due, but like I said, one of these days I'll go back and finish it just to say it's done. But it's definitely not a game I extensively had a ton of fun with as we got to the end of it. It was really interesting. It's very well laid out, but it's one of those games that kind of shit. I don't know if puzzle games are my thing. In contrast, a game I much preferred by comparison otherwise was Hob. Hob was really good. I really, really liked Hob by comparison. And Hob's a very similar type of game. But I definitely preferred Hob by comparison. Alright, let's get Zapdos. Need to get hidden ability Zapdos here. Because pressure's bad. The remix to the fucking Legendary Bird music is so fucking good. This mix is really, really good. Yeah, if you liked Tunic but didn't care for how it like played itself out, I would recommend Hob. We played Hob on one of the Marbles games for the Marbles picks, and really, really good. Really, really good. Oh, we almost got him, like, right there. That would have been sick. Yeah, because Dusktar's immune to this shit. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. So close. There we go. Hidden ability Zapdos is ours, chat. Ooh, I do like Rock Blast. Let's drop Ancient Power for Rock Blast. Okay, what's the cool Zapdos we're gonna go with? Traditional Zapdos. I kind of like this one, honestly. I kind of like this one the most. The electric Pokemon. Zapdos is a legendary bird Pokemon that has the ability to control electricity. It usually lives in thunderclouds. It gains power if it is stricken by lightning bolts. It was 116 pounds. That's a heavy fucking bird. We still got to keep 3 of the cell batteries at least, so that's cool. Do I not have escape ropes? Hell of a Thanksgiving turkey, yeah. Sure is. I guess we'll just make our way out of here. We didn't find a Metang while we were in here. I would have liked to find a Metang. I want to get back to the PC so we can find out what we have, what we've collected, our spoils of war in here. Power plant layout was cool. I do like the power plant layout. So I'm just gonna go get Articuno. Then we have all 3 birds. Articuno's hidden ability, I do know what that one is. I ran that in Gen 7, because I don't remember where I got it. I think it might have been when Pokemon Home came out. But that was back in Gen 7. I got the, I have all 3 of the birds with hidden abilities on them. It might have been Pokemon Bank even. But there was like some promo of using it and you got them unlocked in it. But I used art because back then you'd have 1 legendary per team was like the standard. So I had an ice type team that was built around hail. So my legendary for the team was Articuno with Snowcloak, which was really good when you had a Alolan Ninetales setting up with Snow Warning and putting hail up with the light screen reflect combo that could only be triggered while it's hailing. So it was pretty dope because it was an instant, like, you get 2 stages of double team effectively by having that ability. And it's hailing, it's pretty good. And Articuno is a pretty fucking fast Pokemon to begin with. Like, for the most part, that team rocked. It was really fucking strong. I rebuilt it in Gen 8, and in Gen 8 it only got better. I wish I could have done it and rebuilt it in Gen 9, because they redid Hail and added the Snowstorm weather condition, which is different than Hail, and was way nicer. Way nicer than Hail was. But there was no reason to. There was no functional reason to build any teams in Gen 9, so I never worked on it. Without a battle tower, I lacked purpose to build any my Sandstorm or Hail teams, and it was like, oh, as cool as this would be, there's not a reason to make it, so it's kind of like, well, this sucks. Because it's all really cool stuff. There's nothing to do with it. Alright, let's see. So we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. So we have Electrode with Aftermath, Ryode with Lightning Rod, Ella Ink with Vital Spirit, Electabuzz with Vital Spirit, Zapdos with Lightning Rod, which is really good. There's Kowalski. Kowalski status report.